Now recently, maybe now is not a terrible moment to show one of the videos, because in one of our exchanges, actually I want to skip to this exchange because it was my favorite, and I'm afraid of time running out, and I don't want to lose this one. Stuff you must have on tour. Having just seen Contagion, this is an excellent answer. Shower shoes. your most diva-like moment. Shower shoes. But then I asked you about videos where people are mean to each other, which felt like all of your videos, and you said The Wire. No, they're more mean to each other on The Wire than you. But in your videos, there's sort of people menacing you. There are car accidents. There's that family who you really should not have stayed with. Just when you're on tour, I hope that's not where you're staying. That is, I can't see anyone. This is one of those like moments where, can we show one of the video clips now? We can now. We can or we can't? There's a man shaking his head. No. Okay. My apologies. This was also very good because you've been shot for a variety of magazines and fashion shoots. And so the question was fashion shoots for magazine. Your answer was mostly excited for the catering. Yeah. Use of necessary and recreational barbiturates. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like fashion. Summed up right there. Yeah. So let's talk about the music itself, which we're not apparently showing clips.
I kind of wanted to talk about the catering.
You want to talk about the catering?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Hear it out. Is it really like more than the cheese cubes?
No, it's really good.
It's like the best.
Which is sort of counterintuitive for a fashion shoot, because you think that models probably eat cotton balls soaked in orange juice, but it's like, I don't cook. Like, whatever. I just saved $30. It's great.
Right?
Love a fashion shoot, but how do you say?
I didn't check the catering. Now I'm hungry. All right. The ways these albums have been composed is fairly different. So, just in the interest of time, I'm going to skip the first one, Marry Me. Not that there's anything wrong with that one. But I think you're being a little harsh, but okay. It's your stuff. Talk a little bit about how you made the last one and how you made this one, because they seem empirically pretty different the way what you did.
I mean, I guess I like to think of the Actor record as a very cerebral, almost theoretical music. Like I was living in Brooklyn, and any time that I tried to make any noise on the guitar, or on the piano, or whatever, I was I'm getting sort of that banging sound that you're like, oh, someone's being abused. Oh no, they hate me. Like, oh, okay, cool, I'll shut up. So I went into headphones and was just writing music on the computer, and I was using a very, like proletariat sort of software called GarageBand. And was just
communist company, Apple.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that like the. So go on.
I went solely in the box. I'm sure many of you have drawn many a note on your little, MacBook keypad, and I was just sort of drawing notes and trying to make sounds that my ears agreed with, or that agreed with my ears.
That must have, instead of having a guitar in your hands, using your hands to draw notes, must have had some kind of effect on you. Yes or no?
Well, it did. It was not very tactile. It was not very visceral. It was not very satisfying in any sort of, immediate gratification sort of way. And really, I only discovered what the music was and when I went into the studio and started recording it and started going, oh, this part that I literally drew in by hand because I was too lazy in some instances to like get a MIDI controller and play a keyboard because I'm not that great of a keyboard player. Oh, this thing is now a guitar part, and this thing is now a hook, or this, you know. So
why is that lazy to draw it rather than play it?
Oh, it's actually probably more time. It's
Right.
definitely
Feels
more
less
time
lazy.
consuming. But I mean,
So when you had to render these records, now correct me if I'm wrong, there is no, other than you, there's no one member of St. Vincent other than you, correct, through the 3 albums?
no, I guess I am the constant.
Right.
Although I do, in all fairness, feel like I found a real simpatico person in my producer for this last record, John Congleton.
You did a great job.
He's a real dear.
And you're going to be playing, I think,
Okay.
my favorite. John. I think you're playing my favorite song from the album Champagne Year, which is really, the previous 2 albums were really compelling because of that. I'm trying to not use the Disney word, but then I just said it through my outside voice. So, but you know, that sense of really composed, lush, crazy, just sort of like excess frosting and all that.
Yeah.
You know, in the greatest sense. And then I heard the new record and I was like, where's the calliope stuff?
Yeah, where's the frosting?
Right, and it's not there.
This is all cake. I hate this.
Yeah. Not cake again. Fuck that. But then I actually think it is the best record because it coheres and it flies by, and the song I kept getting caught on was maybe the simplest song in your catalog, but Champagne Year, which seems to be sort of maybe about can you recite the first words? Or not, you're going to be singing it later.
I can. Wait, the very first word? Or like the whole stanza, because that's sort of awkward and spoken word.
You'll be singing it later, we can skip over that, but in terms of, right?
Wait, which words do you want me to recite?
You know the thing about like, it's my job to,
Oh, yeah, I make a living telling people what they want to hear.
right. And so this, actually, we just now had a sort of mildly neurotic sort of like bonding moment where we talked about just feeling basically like frauds, and yeah. So it's a feeling you have.
And Melissa, you bought a ticket for this.
We actually work at Dallas. I don't know how we got in here. But, no, what I thought about when I was hearing that song was that there's not a lot of sort of confessional feeling, me and my sadness stuff in your work. They seem to be about a range of you laughing.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
Like all over there.
I was like, well, I don't think you're a cheerleader and a consultant and a fighter and an actor at work, although maybe you are. There's a lot to do in New York, so maybe you are. Typo? So, were you a cheerleader?
No, I wasn't.
Right, so I'm just saying.
But I mean, to be fair, I wrote that song and I had everything but the chorus written. I had this sort of like, I don't want to be a blank, blank, blank no more. And so but my original words were like dirt eater until I brought it into John. He was like, oh, cool. Sounds like you have a scatological like fetish. Oh, really? And then we looked it up and we found out that it's like a sort of obscure racial slur. So it's like, oh, you gotta.
So across the board, excellent.
Yeah.
Double the press.
So I had to amend.
You instantly end up on one bunch of websites you don't want to be on, and everyone else is like down with Annie. But now you're a cheerleader, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's
okay. So you don't want to be a cheerleader. You don't want to be a cheerleader.